Hi, this is Jennifer with iCadenza, and I'm here with Boris Martinovich, a wonderful opera singer who just performed here tonight at Classical Underground. So tell me a little bit about what got you into opera and the aria you performed here tonight from Verdi's Don Carlos.
Well, through some friends, they told me there's this incredible place called Classical Underground. I said, well, it sounds very interesting. And I said, I have to come and see it first before I accept it. And I did come. I drove all the way from Palm Springs to here and then back because I had to be back in the evening. And I was really surprised of the talent of Alexei as a painter and as a person and a personality. And most of all, this evening being here, it inspired me to many different things. And hearing such variety of different talents in different brackets, usually you don't get to meet so many pianists, so many the trumpet player, a guitarist, a clarinetist from the LA Philharmonic. And I started as a composer, and when I was a boy, I should say. I sometimes when they ask me when did you start music, I said I started late. I was only 4. But I started composing, and tonight I had an inspiration to write a piece for premiere it here. So when I come back in October, sometime in the winter, I will write a piece and we'll premiere it really here.
Wow, how exciting. We're all looking forward to that.
I'm sorry, I'm a little coughing.
That's okay. Well, you have a busy travel schedule. Where are you off to next? You must have a lot of performances coming up.
I do, and as a matter of fact, as soon as I get off the plane, we go into rehearsals with a big band. And I'm recording love songs around the world, it's called. And they're literally taking places in different places of the world, starting with Broadway and then Hollywood, and then going to Italy and do all the Neapolitan songs, and then going to jazz in New York and Orleans, and then going further south, South America, do some Jobim songs, Gershwin as well, of course, before that. And tango in Latin America and in many different languages. So the songs, and I'm very excited about doing this new album, which will be soon.
That sounds wonderful.
And immediately after that, I have a gala event in Monte Carlo for the film festival. And then I'm off to Portugal for Barbie of Seville, which will be in one of the big theaters, 5,000 seats, or new theater. And it just goes on and on and on like this for forever. And the Don Carlos is one of the greatest arias which you ask is for the bass voice. It is no ultra plus possible, as the piece was written by Giuseppe Verdi as one of the masterpieces of arias of loneliness and sadness, but it tears everybody into tears, and which is great.
And that happened tonight. It was very dramatic and very powerful.
Well, thank you. That's what I aim to hit the deep emotions of people, and if you feel the depth of feeling, and then the audience feels the depth as well, and that's where the level of performance is, and that's why we do live performances to have a memorable evenings.
Do you have any anecdotes or stories about moments when either someone in your life who was a great mentor or a piece of music or art that changed you?
Well, there are many. My dear friend Placido Domingo, I worked quite a lot with him, and many great things happened from our meetings, which was like 20 years ago back. And Luciano Pavarotti as well. I did the opening night with him in San Francisco Opera. But one of the actually most interesting experiences was during the San Francisco Opera. My Schwarzkopf came to do a masterclass, and they asked me to do some Lieder and some Strauss and things like this because she's doing all these Lieder things, and I didn't feel comfortable about it. And during the masterclass, I told her, "Do you mind if I sing Mozart instead of Strauss?" And she said, "Of course, yes." And so I started singing Nozze di Figaro, and I did Non più andrai, and then Già vinto la causa, and I was singing all the Mozart stuff, and she loved it, and she taught me some incredible things. She said, "Listen, I learned this from Bruno Walter, and I'm going to tell you this and that," and I never forgot those little things she told me then. And it stayed for the rest of my life. So a master class can be, to young artists, a very inspirational and a lifetime memories. So I try to do also master classes and help young people, and I hope to inspire them to become great singers in the future.
May I ask, what did she say to you? What did you take away from that?
Well, a lot of things about for example, in Nozze di Figaro, when you sing, actually it repeats about four to 8 times actually the line, which is da 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 pam 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 pam, and she said never repeat it the same. You always have to do something different, and this is what Mozart wanted. This is what Bruno Walter told her. Although it's little nuances, for example, it's just making it your way. And making it exciting and making something out of it, so it's not boring. And Mozart is not a boring composer at all, because although the notes are you always repeating the same notes, you should never do them the same. And that is a great thing, to be creative. So you create yourself in your interpretation as doing it. So once you do it soft, then you do it more, then you do it more dramatic, then you do it non più dai farfalloni amoroso, non più dai farfalloni amoroso. You do the same thing in such a different way that makes it really exciting, and people love it, because you're expressing yourself, and you're expressing what you really feel down deep inside, and that's where the music then comes alive. Instead of just singing the notes, ta 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 ta. Everybody can sing the notes, but that's the secret of interpretation, is do it your way and make the audience feel that emotion. And emotion is what I think matters so much.
Having a wonderful career singing amazing music with legends around the world, how has that changed you and shaped you into who you are?
Well, quite a lot, because you learn from those people, the great people. You learn a lot, and they are of course impossible to imitate, but you have to create your own way, and learning from there and how they interpret. For example, my great and dear friend was Giuseppe Di Stefano, and I learned a lot from him. Of course, he sang so much with Callas, and Maria had this explosion of energy, and of course I think he rubbed off on him, and then something rubbed off on me, so I got a little bit of Callas in me as well. Especially the lunatic parts once in a while.
We didn't see that tonight.
Right.
Well, thank you so much for speaking with me. Wonderful job tonight, and we look forward to hearing about what you're doing next. So thank you.
Thank you very much.